This is a 2022 Nissan Sentra, a popular compact sedan that was recently redesigned for the model year 2020. The question is it good enough to compete against the Honda Civic and Toyota Corolla? Let's find out. The Sentra has been a long-standing nameplate for Nissan, and it's been around since the 1980s. At one point it was the entry-level car for Nissan, but nowadays it stands between the Versa and the Altima in the sedan lineup. Who does it compete against? Well, of course we have the Honda Civic and the Toyota Corolla, but also other popular nameplates like the Hyundai Elantra and Mazda 3. And in order to stand out in that competitive segment, you have to have good value, good technology, and great design. Nissan really did things different with the Sentra, and they started with the design. And let's look at the front, for example, how this V-Motion grille, a signature element for Nissan, is wider and bolder in the Sentra. It gives it a little bit more sportiness to the face. Also, the angular headlights sort of add on to that. Something that I like a lot in the Sentra is a dual tone paint. What I mean by that is that the A-pillars and really the rest of the roof is painted in black, and that contrasts really well with the body color. That's something that we usually see in more premium cars. Now, moving on to the rear, I really like how the taillights wrap around the corners. You obviously have the deck lid and a chrome exhaust, adding on to that sportiness that Nissan was going for. Now, even though the design is a couple of years old, it's already starting to show its age, but it still has a good presence on the road. The interior is actually a very nice place to spend some time in, and that's something you don't hear a lot in a compact sedan. Let's start with the details placed into this cabin. The jet engine inspired air vents is something that we would traditionally see in a Mercedes, yet we're seeing them here in a Sentra. Good attention to detail placed into the cabin. You of course have the contrast stitching that stands out in this black on black interior, and because of the exterior being so sporty, you have some sporty details inside, like this flat bottom steering wheel and this fake carbon fiber trim that we see in different points of the cabin. I want to call out these seats. These are super comfortable. They were designed by Nissan to make long road trips more comfortable, and they check the box. Technology-wise, this infotainment system is not the best. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is what essentially a lot of people like, but it's just a little laggy, a little behind the curve in terms of what it can do and how it responds. How many people can fit in here? 5 in total, and they will travel very comfortably because the second row has a ton of space, and there's a ton of room for the cargo gear because the trunk is enormous. So overall, the cabin is pretty good, well equipped, nice interior touches, very comfortable, just a little laggy in terms of technology. If performance is something that you're looking for in a compact sedan, you will probably not find it in the Sentra. A 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine powers the Sentra, and it makes 149 horsepower and 146 pound-feet of torque. That is on the low end of the segment. Certainly it's not the most powerful sedan out there. There used to be a Sentra Turbo that was more powerful, but we don't have it in this new generation, at least not yet. A CVT transmission sends all that power to the front wheels, and in terms of fuel economy, you're gonna get 28 miles per gallon in the city and 37 on the highway. In terms of how it drives, it's simply okay. It's not the best in the segment, but it's much better than what it was in the previous generation. In terms of safety ratings, the Nissan Sentra is actually very good. Not so good the adaptive safety technologies that we have in the Sentra. Unlike the Honda Civic or the Toyota Corolla that come with a long list of standard safety features, the Sentra offers just some of them, like front emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and rear emergency braking as well. But we don't see a full list of adaptive safety features like we've seen in the other parts of the segment. So how much? The Sentra starts right around $20,000. And right there, it's already a good value because you get tremendous looks and great interior space. Of course, if you want to up that, you get the SR. This is a trim next to me. That's about $27,000 as equipped. And you get the dual tone paint, the black wheels, and all of the nice appointments that we talked about in the interior. So right off the bat, you're gonna get a very good value proposition with the Sentra. Compared against the rest of the segment, the Sentra is a little bit less expensive than the Civic. It's right in line with the Corolla, and it's a little bit more expensive than the Elantra. The one thing you should know about the Nissan Sentra is this. Although it's not the best compact sedan out there, it's a pretty good choice. It has great looks, a very comfortable cabin, and tremendous value. So if you're looking for a compact sedan, I'd say the Sentra is a good choice. To see our vehicle rankings and complete buyer's guide, visit motortrend.com/cars.